Hello and welcome. I'm retired Major G11, and today I'm sharing with you episode 2 of my 11-part series based on my book, The Airman Blueprint, What to Expect and How to Excel in Today's Air Force. Now, if you're new to the series, I've based this entire series on my book. Each video is going to cover one of my chapters in just a real small snippet, just so you can understand what's going on with it. If you want to learn more, you can get my book on Amazon, and I also have an audio version that you can get from Audible, Chirp, and a whole bunch of others, and I'll have the links below. Now, my book goes through each chapter, and it's based on an acronym that I came up with called USAF Airman. And each letter stands for something that I think is very important and vital throughout your entire career. And you can also apply it also to your life in general too. So today we're starting off with the very first letter, which is U, and that's uniform. Now obviously that's something that we wear. A lot of people talk about the military being people in uniform and all that, but it's how you wear the uniform and what you do in the uniform that really matters. And so you're always going to have an eye on you all the time. And whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, your commanders, the world, everybody's going to see what you're doing. And so you got to pay attention to that kind of stuff and understand the repercussions of what you're doing. And you may, in the moment, seem like a good thing to do or something simple, but it might not be for your best interest in the end. Now, to iterate kind of how we take care of ourselves and make sure that we're in the right position, one story that I'd like to share with you was when I was in officer training school. Our instructor asked the class a question, and it was a really simple question, and the question was, when should you get a haircut? And we all kind of looked around and we were throwing different answers out, like, when it's out of regulations, or, if it's within a bulk, if it's over this bulkiness, and we were kind of throwing reg answers out there. And no one really got it, and I was really trying to think about it too, and I couldn't even really think of what he was getting at. So finally he, stops us from the answers and says, you should never have to get a haircut, because you should always be in regulations. And so that's kind of the main point when it comes to the uniform. You should always be in regulations. You should always be looking your best. You should always be trying your best. And sometimes that's hard, and I understand. There were days where I was not in regulations. I was not doing the right things. I made mistakes, and throughout this video series, I'm going to share some of those mistakes with you and some of my successes as well, to show you kind of what worked and what didn't. And so, like I said, if you'd like to follow along, you can get a copy of my book. I tried to price it really cheaply, especially for the ebook version. You can get a paperback, and then there's an audiobook too if you're not much of a reader, but you want to listen to something on your way to work or whatever. So I'll share all those links with you, and stand by for the next video, and look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.